It's been the mystery of the week. A very odd-looking creature washed up on our local beach and has gotten the whole town scratching their heads as to what is it?
Whereas the beachgoers had no clue what or where they came from, and aquarium biologists are so stumped they don't even have a name for them.
Our planet has created many different kinds of life over the years, especially since 71% of its surface is covered by water. Given this, it's no wonder that many of these creatures have adapted to live in the ocean's depths. While we've discovered and studied a lot of these amazing species, new and surprising ones still appear from time to time, catching us off guard. From slimy blobs that look like aliens to fish with human heads, people find them close to the ocean. But recently, a man's camera caught some creatures crawling out of the ocean. Join us as we unravel some of the most fascinating creatures caught crawling out of the ocean. Number 30. Wind sailors. In one of the most well-known cases of strange sea creatures washing up on shore, there's a phenomenon involving a type of marine life that has caused a lot of concern. These creatures, often called wind sailors, drift from California to Oregon. They are known for their bright blue color and unusual shape, which might make someone think they could be aliens or a new form of underwater life trying to invade land. Fortunately, these wind sailors are not dangerous and don't move around much on their own.
They might look harmful, they're really harmless though. This is what we're talking about right here. They're called velella.
They're quite passive, meaning they don't choose where they end up. Their jelly-like consistency allows them to float and drift with the ocean currents. Because of this, they can end up washed ashore anywhere in the world, not just in their usual Pacific Ocean habitat. Though they might not look very pleasant, they are harmless. When these wind sailors do wash up on the shore, they often come in large groups. They can pile up to about 3 feet tall. While they can make a beach look unappealing and smell bad, they don't pose any real threat to people.
But not to worry, as I mentioned, experts say that they are not harmful to humans.
Number 29. The lantern jellyfish. The lantern jellyfish is unlike any other jellyfish that has ever swum in these waters. This unusual sea creature is truly one of a kind. It's so unique that even though scientists have studied it a lot, it remains one of the most mysterious animals on Earth. Researchers still don't fully understand how it lives because much of its behavior is still a mystery. It glows like a lantern, giving off a magical light. Surprisingly, scientists haven't been able to confirm its true color because its glow creates a shining web-like look that makes it appear like a floating pumpkin head inside a lantern. The jellyfish has so many tentacles that counting them would be impossible. They move in both quick and slow motions, catching your attention with their captivating dance. Its mysterious nature is partly due to its home in the deep, dark parts of the Pacific Ocean, which are hard to explore and watch. Number 28. Apolemia. Deep in the ocean, researchers discovered a massive colony of fascinating creatures. In the Australian waters, scientists came across something truly extraordinary, a giant siphonophore named Apolemia. Despite being single-celled organisms, these creatures form a floating colony that resembles a lasso drifting through the ocean. This remarkable species showcases an amazing example of teamwork, with the entire colony stretching out an incredible 159 feet, forming a spectacular galaxy-like structure in the water. Number 27. Kraken. In Indonesia, a giant creature washed up on a nearby beach, capturing the attention and fear of residents.
Diperkirakan panjangnya sekitar berapa meter ini kira-kira, Dewa?
This creature was soon called the Kraken and measured around 50 feet long. Its look was quite frightening, featuring a huge, powerful jaw and a body that turned the water around it a creepy, dark red. At first, the locals were stunned and unsure of what to make of this mysterious beast. As they began to examine it more closely, they hoped to learn what it might be. After a thorough investigation, they discovered that the Kraken was the remains of a baleen whale. The whale had been washed ashore and, over time, had lost its original shape, which made it appear so strange. While it was a relief to uncover the truth, the Kraken left a lasting mark on everyone who saw it. Number 26. The Weird Baby. Australia is home to some of the strangest wild animals in the world, but this discovery on the beach was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. This baby, which looked like a mix between a human and something from a fairy tale, was unlike anything the locals had encountered before. Covered in a slimy substance and looking like it might be related to mermaids, the strange sight piqued everyone's curiosity. Just as people were trying to get a closer look, they were startled to realize the baby was moving its head and breathing faintly. The baby was quickly taken to scientists, who struggled for days to determine its origin. News of this peculiar humanoid baby spread quickly, leaving people puzzled and speculating wildly. No one could provide a clear answer, only a flurry of theories about what this baby might be and why it had ended up on the beach, half dead and cast out of the ocean. Number 25. Sea Spider. These divers came across a sea creature so intriguing and unusual that they couldn't even figure out what it was. It looked a lot like a giant sea spider, and they were mesmerized by its graceful, flowing movements.
But it looks like a spider, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does look like a spider.
You could see its tiny legs wiggling as it swam through the water. But that was just the beginning. When the creature got the chance, it would glide down and let its huge legs drop dramatically, making for a spectacular display.
Kind of creepy.
Blowing it away.
Wow. I've actually been wanting to see these, so this is actually really cool.
This amazing animal was discovered 5,000 feet below the ocean's surface. Although the divers first thought it was a sea spider, further investigation revealed it was an isopod. However, this only answered part of the mystery. Researchers still have many questions about this fascinating creature. Number 24. Mysterious creature. In Indonesia, a group of motorcyclists were having an exciting day riding their bikes along a road that goes through a thick jungle near the Banda Sea on the island of Sumatra. Suddenly, a strange figure appeared from the forest, holding an odd stick. The figure stepped onto the road, causing one of the motorcyclists to fall off his bike. The riders were shocked and couldn't believe their eyes, so they decided to chase the mysterious figure. Despite their best efforts, the figure was too quick for them to catch, even though one of the motorbikes, a Kawasaki KLX 110, can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour. The motorcyclists looked through the thick bushes but found nothing except for the large stick the figure had been carrying. Some of the riders thought the figure might have been a supernatural being, while others thought it could have been a prank. There was also an interesting idea that the figure might have been a member of the Mante tribe, a legendary group connected to various myths and stories of the Banda Sea region. Number 23. Jittery squidworm. Nothing quite gives you the chills like a creepy crawly moving across the ceiling. But this sea creature, captured 8,000 feet below the ocean's surface, makes those small spiders seem harmless in comparison. The footage of this bizarre animal is both fascinating and unsettling. With hundreds of tiny legs fluttering around in the water, this small squidworm seems to be struggling to stay afloat. But that's just one of its many impressive tricks. The way its wiggling legs move effortlessly is so captivating that you might find yourself glued to the video for hours. Beyond the legs, its tiny tentacles and rotating body make this creature truly one of a kind. Number 22. The fascinating eel. Eels are often seen as scary because they can deliver an electric shock if you get too close. But there's a special eel that demands to be seen up close. Divers recently discovered and witnessed an amazing sight involving this eel in the ocean. What you're looking at is a ribbon eel. This eel is fascinating because it goes through several changes in its life. At first, it's a male and has a black color. As it grows, it changes to a bright blue with yellow highlights. But the most remarkable change happens later. When the eel reaches a certain size, it transforms into a female, complete with female reproductive organs, allowing it to lay eggs. Its color also shifts to a brilliant yellow, like the one you see here. This particular eel is now a female ribbon eel, completing a full circle in its life. Number 21. Foreign child from Mexico. In May 2007, a Mexican farmer made an astonishing discovery in the swampy waters near his land. He found a strange creature that looked so unusual that he tried to drown it, finally succeeding on his third attempt. The creature was about 70 centimeters long, with a long, strange head, which led some to believe it might be the offspring of an intelligent alien. However, skeptics thought it could be a reptile or a hairless squirrel monkey, explaining its tail, spine, and large head and eyes.
We analyze a bone and skin and hair, and then we don't have nothing.
Scientists noted that the creature's teeth were arranged differently from those of humans, and that it had a unique type of tissue, challenging the monkey theory. Things took a bizarre turn when the farmer was found dead under mysterious circumstances in his car, which was unusually hot. Some ethologists speculated that this might have been an act of revenge by aliens for the death of their offspring. Number 20. Sea creature with human face. Another unusual find from Australia is a strange sea creature that was discovered washed up on the shore. Locals came across this bizarre animal lying alone on the seaweed and decided to check it out. What they found was truly unsettling. A mysterious sea creature with human-like lips and eyes that made everyone do a double take. Curious, they quickly searched online and found that it was identified as a horn shark.
A horn shark?
Maybe a very young one or something like that.
However, for animal enthusiasts, this creature seemed nothing like a horn shark. With a massive body that likely weighed hundreds of pounds, this animal had hollow eyes and a lifeless look on its pink face. Its large mouth was lined with lips resembling those of a human, and there were no teeth or tongue inside. This strange appearance led to much confusion and fascination. Number 19. The squirmy piece of blob. At a Texas beach, the wildlife department stumbled upon something so strange and unusual during their usual marine life survey that they couldn't believe their eyes. They discovered a sea creature that looked completely out of the ordinary. Intrigued by the chance to find something new, the team moved in for a closer look. To their amazement, they found a small, black, squishy creature that was so tiny it could fit in the palm of your hand. Despite its small size, just a few inches long, its odd appearance left everyone puzzled about what it could be. The internet quickly began comparing it to the menacing blob from the 1958 horror film The Blob, which had terrified audiences in the movie. Number 18. The Horror of Blue Hill. In September 2009, 4 teenagers were playing in the small village of Cerro Azul in Panama when they came across a mysterious creature that ran out of a cave. The creature, which they described as a monster, started chasing them. The teens began throwing stones at it to defend themselves. Eventually, they managed to subdue the creature and then threw its body into the water. In the newspapers, the creature was given the nickname Gollum, named after the character from The Lord of the Rings, who also lived in a cave.
What has it got in its pockets?
The story caught people's attention, but scientists later suggested that the creature was not a monster at all. They believed it was the decomposed body of a sloth. The sloth's fur had fallen off after being in the water for a long time, making its body look rubbery and swollen. Number 17. Vampire squid. The Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute sent a deep-diving robotic submarine into the ocean. Just a few hundred feet down, they spotted a pair of glowing blue eyes. This mysterious creature is called a vampire squid, a name that certainly grabs attention. Its large eyes help it see in the dark depths of the ocean where light is scarce. These eyes are great for spotting movement, which helps it stay safe from predators. But what's truly remarkable about the vampire squid is its unique way of protecting itself. When threatened, it can turn itself inside out. The squid has 8 long arms and a sensory filament that can react quickly when it feels danger.
And a habitat to which Vampyroteuthis is beautifully adapted.
When scared, it curls its arms around its body, making it look as if its body is turned inside out. This fascinating squid is considered a living fossil because it hasn't changed much over the past 300 million years. Its appearance has remained almost the same since ancient times, making it a glimpse into the distant past of ocean life. Number 16. The mutated sea creature. While walking along a beach in Mexico, locals came across something so huge and unusual that they couldn't help but record it. They found a giant sea creature curled up near the shore. Curious, the locals moved in for a closer look. The creature was enormous, likely weighing hundreds of pounds and stretching over 4 long. They poked it with a stick several times, but it stayed still. It seemed the world wasn't ready for the sight of such a huge sea creature. Upon closer examination, it looked like the creature had recently died, possibly after being washed ashore by the waves. The internet quickly buzzed with wild theories about the find. Given its huge size and weight, many guessed that it had come from the deep ocean. Some people wondered if it was a kraken, while others suggested it might be a giant squid without a head or visible limbs. The mystery of this giant blob's origins and its journey to Mexico left everyone guessing. Number 15. Mimic octopus. The mimic octopus is a fascinating sea creature that hides among other intriguing animals in the ocean. Scientists have been lucky to discover these remarkable creatures, which belong to what might be called the dramatics club of the marine world. The mimic octopus stands out as one of the most exciting discoveries because of its amazing talent for imitation. It can mimic over 15 different sea animals, changing their shape, color, and behavior to resemble others. For instance, divers have observed the mimic octopus transforming into sea snakes and even poisonous flatfish. These impressive displays are not just for show. The octopus uses these tricks to either avoid predators or to appear dominant while hunting for food.
For now, at least, the mimic octopus has brought me to the fantastic Limbe Straits.
Scientists are continually studying this clever creature to learn more about its unique behaviors and lifestyle. Number 14. Sea cucumber. If you think the deep ocean is just full of scary creatures, this discovery will change your mind. About 6,500 feet underwater, a group of researchers went on an exciting adventure to find something new, and they found something truly amazing. They came across a sea cucumber unlike any other. This sea cucumber had a see-through body and moved in a captivating way. Its beautiful colors sparkled as it floated through the water, offering a rare and stunning sight to the divers. The sea cucumber's webbed cover helps it swim and also acts as a shield when predators come too close. What makes this sea creature so special is the lovely purple tint of its clear body. If you get a close look, you can see its insides, making the scene even more interesting, even though you can't see it eating. This glimpse into its world is a fascinating experience. Number 13. Alien shark. Deep in the vast ocean swims a creature that can freeze the blood of even the bravest diver. Just one look at this sea monster will send shivers down your spine and make you swim away as fast as you can. Known as the frill shark, this strange fish is not someone you'd want to encounter while diving.
Grabbed this Liam, didn't mess with him, but looks absolutely perfect.
With a mouth full of 300 sharp teeth, it can gulp down prey that is half its size. This shark stands out from all other sea creatures with its unsettling smile and snake-like body. It's so strange and frightening that it seems like it might have come from another planet. Number 12. The Leafy Sea Dragon. Not all sea creatures live in the deep parts of the ocean. This fascinating creature resides only about 80 feet underwater. Unlike many sea animals, it moves very slowly. It looks like a piece of coral, which helps it blend in with its surroundings. Divers who know what to look for can spot this amazing creature despite its disguise.
The poor sea dragon may well be a victim of its own success.
The Leafy Sea Dragon's camouflage is incredibly effective. Instead of just hiding among sea plants, It sways back and forth like seaweed, which makes it even harder for predators to see. Another unusual feature of this odd-looking animal is its straw-like snout. It doesn't have a proper jaw, so it uses its snout to slurp up its food. Even though it lives closer to the ocean's surface, the Leafy Sea Dragon is one of the most puzzling and intriguing animals found in the sea. Number 11. The Blue Dragon. Many call it by different names like the blue dragon, blue angel, and sea swallow. Despite its striking blue color and stunning patterns that make it look almost magical, you wouldn't want to handle one of these creatures. To put it simply, this sea creature is a type of sea slug. It has a unique way of hunting. It preys on blue jellyfish. But that's not all. This sea slug also uses jellyfish venom as a defense mechanism. It absorbs the venomous cells from the jellyfish into its own body and then releases them to ward off predators. These small, delicate creatures spend most of their time floating just below the surface of the water. This appearance makes it seem like they're having a great time, but it also means they can easily end up on the shore. Because they float close to the surface,
if you are stung by a blue dragon, it will be intense pain.
Strong winds can blow them onto the sand, surprising anyone who happens to be walking by. Number 10. Prehistoric Furry Dolphin. The footage features a creature that many call a demon because of its frightening appearance. Even though we now know it isn't a real demon, it's still a terrifying sight. The creature seems to have been washed up on the shore for quite some time. It's been affected by decay and the elements, transforming it into a grotesque form. At first, it was hard to figure out what different parts of the creature were. One particularly confusing detail was the presence of fur on what looked like the tail of this bizarre being. This led some to speculate that it might be a mutation or some sort of monstrous creation found on an island in Russia. Because it was so hard to identify, its horrifying look sparked many frightening theories. Scientists and researchers have analyzed the footage and concluded that it was likely either a beaked whale or a dolphin. Number 9. The Mischievous Slug. If you're on the lookout for a crafty little creature in the ocean, this sea slug is worth your attention. This particular sea slug, known as the nudibranch, is a unique type of snail that has lost its shell over time. Despite not having its original defense mechanism, it has developed an impressive new way to protect itself by borrowing from others. In a fascinating twist, this sneaky slug targets jellyfish. It manages to steal the jellyfish's stinging cells and the toxins from their relatives. The slug stores these toxins in its own body and uses them later for its defense. This clever adaptation helps it stay safe from predators. What makes this sea slug even more intriguing is its vibrant colors and charming appearance. Its mischievous behavior is overshadowed by how adorable and colorful it is, making it a captivating creature to observe. Number 8. The Sea Beauty. The deadly sea beauty is among the most unusual discoveries in the ocean. While most of these creatures grow to only about 2 centimeters long, some can reach up to 7 centimeters. What makes them even more intriguing is their surprising speed when hunting. They are incredibly fast and can move through the water at twice the speed of their prey. Imagine them darting around as quickly as a goldfish. These sea beauties look like slugs you might find on land, but they have transparent bodies that make them stand out. You can spot them easily because their insides glow in the water. Another fascinating feature is their small pair of hands that they use to grasp and eat their prey. It's a remarkable sight when you think about it. Number 7. Two-headed gray whale. It wasn't immediately obvious that the creature in the footage was a whale, but with a closer look, it became clearer actually. An astonishing creature was found on the shores of California, a two-headed creature. This creature was estimated to be between 7 and 10 feet long. It had 2 heads and 2 separate tails, creating a truly strange sight. After studying its DNA, scientists determined that it was a case of conjoined twins from a gray whale. While conjoined twins are rare, they aren't just a human phenomenon. They've been found in various animal species as well. This unusual find sparked a lot of speculation and wild theories. Some people thought the two-headed creature might have been caused by nuclear fallout from a power plant accident. However, those ideas were eventually proven to be incorrect. Number 6. Pike Eel. The next creature we looked at didn't immediately seem like it could be from another planet since it was found on the shores of New South Wales, Australia. A man who discovered it believed it was some kind of fish. Although it looked quite frightening and was pretty massive, he decided to share photos of it online to figure out what it was and whether such a creature should even exist. The photos showed the creature with enormous teeth.
Beautiful. Good shit. This one still, I can feel its heart beating.
A very long body and scales, making it look like a water serpent. People started guessing what it might be, with theories ranging from a mythical tale to a clever Photoshop trick. Eventually, a marine biologist stepped in and identified the creature as a pike eel. This species can grow up to about 1.5 meters long and is native to the area where the creature was found. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Under the ghostly light of a full moon, a man's camera caught some creatures crawling out of the ocean. From the deep blue water, a huge glowing creature, scales shining like a galaxy of stars, slowly crawled onto the shore. Its body was a swirling mix of bright blues and greens, glowing with a strange light. As it moved, its snake-like form left a trail of sparkling sea foam, lighting up the dark beach. The creature's eyes, large and wise, looked over the land with curiosity and ancient knowledge. The whispers of the ocean seemed to echo behind it, telling stories of forgotten depths and mythical lands. With a graceful twist, it lifted its head to the moonlit sky, sending a hauntingly beautiful song across the night. The beachgoers, captivated by the magical sight, watched in awe as the sea creature, a living bridge between sea and sky, gently returned to its watery home, leaving only the memory of its magical presence and the promise of a world unseen. What do you think this creature's song meant? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Number 5. The Stargazer Fish. Scientists made an astonishing discovery in the ocean that shows even the deepest parts of the sea can offer a view of the stars. This discovery involves a rather frightening fish known as the stargazer. Its name comes from the way its eyes stay pointed upward, even when it's searching for food. If this menacing fish's eyes are spotted by prey below, they know they're about to face a deadly surprise. The stargazer is a large fish that hides itself by burying most of its body in the sand, leaving just its eyes exposed. Small sea creatures often fall victim to this clever disguise. They swim close, only to be caught off guard and eaten by the hidden predator. Even if prey notice the lurking fish and try to escape, it's usually too late for them to save themselves. Number 4. A giant squid. Imagine a giant squid hunting a surfer. If you ever fear being grabbed by many tentacles from the deep sea,
oh, you see how big? Look at how he's holding on.
You might want to skip this story. But this video shows a squid with a plan. While people were sunbathing and surfing, a giant squid came up from the ocean's depths to make an appearance. It picked a target, wrapped its tentacles around a boat, and even went after a surfer. The surfer had to jump into the water to escape, but fortunately, it was more of a dramatic move than a real escape. Number 3. Sea snails. In one of our previous videos, we saw a jellyfish dancing gracefully in the water. In our next clip, you'll see a different scene, a giant washed-up jellyfish lying on the shore. As people walked by and noticed the huge blob, they were instantly intrigued and decided to investigate. At first, they were a bit alarmed when they saw something moving near the jellyfish. But instead of the jellyfish itself moving, it was sea snails crawling all over it, enjoying a meal. The snails are moving surprisingly quickly, which goes against what many of us think about how fast snails can move. Number 2. Sea pens. During a late-night exploration of the ocean's depths, divers stumbled upon something truly amazing. Creatures so unusual that you'd have a hard time believing they existed, if not for the camera that captured them. These creatures, known as sea pens, live in the pitch-black regions of the deep ocean, where very little light reaches. Sea pens look like old-fashioned quill pens used for writing letters and signing documents. What's even stranger is that a sea pen isn't just one animal. It's a colony of multiple organisms working together. They form this beautiful shape as a group. Another fascinating discovery made by the divers is how these sea pens protect themselves from predators. When danger approaches, the entire colony works together to bury themselves in the seabed, hiding from the ocean's fearsome predators. Their extraordinary appearance and their unique behavior make them some of the most remarkable animals found in the ocean. Number 1. The sea angel. This fascinating creature is quite different and unique. The sea angel is a transparent, almost ghostly creature that looks like it has wings on each side of its body. These wings aren't like bird wings, but are more like flaps that help it glide through the water. Because of its graceful flying movement, it gets its name angel. Unlike the usual sea slugs, sea angels seem to fly rather than crawl, making their movement quite mesmerizing. Since their entire body is clear, you can see how they eat in action. However, because even the largest sea angels are only about 5 centimeters, you'd need to get pretty close to observe this fascinating process. Despite its small size, the sea angel is a predator. It catches and eats other small sea creatures to survive. Although it might seem cute, especially with a name like sea angel, it has a more intense side. When it's ready to catch its prey, it extends tiny tentacles from its head to grab and swallow its victim. Which of these astonishing sea creatures did you find the most intriguing? Let us know your answer in the comments section.